The year is 1610. Deep in the Carpathian Mountains, under the veil of a freezing winter night, soldiers storm the Chaite Castle. What they claim to find inside would echo through history as one of the most horrifying discoveries known to mankind. Mutilated bodies, dying girls, and at the center of it all, Countess Elizabeth Bathory. You know the legend. You've seen the movies. The Blood Countess. The female Dracula. A woman so obsessed with eternal youth that she tortured and killed over 650 innocent girls, draining their veins to bathe in their blood. For 400 years, she has worn the crown of history's most prolific female serial killer.
But what if she didn't do it? What if the bloodbaths, the torture chambers, and the 650 victims were nothing but a carefully orchestrated political hit job? Welcome to CTRL+Z history. Today we are pressing undo on the legend of Elizabeth Bathory. Was she a sadistic monster, or the victim of history's most successful character assassination? Let's uncover the truth. To understand the lie, we must first look at the story history books forced us to believe. According to the official narrative, Elizabeth's cruelty began after the death of her husband, Ferenc Nadasdy. Left alone in her massive estate, she supposedly descended into madness. The stories are straight out of a horror movie. It is said she used needles, hot iron, and even a mythical device called the Iron Maiden to extract blood from virgin servant girls. The most famous rumor, which we will debunk later, is that she slapped a servant girl, and when the girl's blood splashed onto Elizabeth's skin, the Countess believed her skin looked younger. From that moment, the bloodbaths began. But here is the first major red flag. Did you know that the blood-bathing detail didn't exist during her lifetime? It was never mentioned in her trial. This terrifying detail was actually invented by a Jesuit priest named Laszlo Turozzi in 1729, more than a century after Elizabeth died. Why would a priest invent such a story? To understand that, we need to look at who the real Elizabeth Bathory was. Forget the vampire movies. Elizabeth Bathory was born in 1560 into one of the most powerful and wealthy Protestant families in Europe. She was highly educated, fluent in Latin, German, and Greek, at a time when most noblemen couldn't even read. When she married Count Nadasdy, the Kingdom of Hungary was the bloody front line of a massive war against the Ottoman Empire. Her husband was a top general, constantly away at battle. Who do you think ran his vast empire while he was gone? Elizabeth. She managed properties, defended castles, oversaw agriculture, and managed the health care of her subjects. Yes, health care. During outbreaks of the plague and war, her castle acted as a hospital. Women and children were sent to her for medical care. Many of them died in her castle from disease, a fact that would later be twisted into murders. When her husband died in 1604, Elizabeth inherited everything. She became the head of the Bathory estate, controlling more land, wealth, and military power than the King of Hungary himself. And in the 17th century, an independent, wealthy, and politically powerful widow was the most dangerous thing a man could encounter.
If you want to know who framed Elizabeth Bathory, just follow the money. Enter King Matthias II of Hungary. He was broke. The wars with the Ottomans had drained the royal treasury. Over the years, the king had borrowed a massive fortune from Elizabeth's husband. After his death, Elizabeth held the debt. The king owed her a staggering amount of gold. How do you erase a royal debt you can't pay? You destroy the person you owe it to. But Elizabeth was a noble woman. You couldn't just execute her. If she was convicted of a heinous crime, like treason, witchcraft, or mass murder, her lands and wealth would be confiscated by the crown, and the debt would magically vanish. The king tasked a man named Georgi Thurzo, a political rival of the Bathory family, to investigate the rumors surrounding Elizabeth. Thurzo had his own agenda. He wanted her lands. And so, the conspiracy was set into motion. In December 1610, Thurzo raided her castle and claimed he caught her red-handed torturing girls. But there is absolutely no objective proof of this. Let's look at the trial. Over 300 witnesses testified against her. Sounds convincing, right? Until you realize how those testimonies were collected. Thurzo arrested her servants and tortured them brutally. They were stretched on racks and their fingers were crushed until they confessed to exactly what Thurzo wanted them to say. They gave conflicting numbers of victims. Some said 30, others said 600. And immediately after they confessed, they were executed, burned at the stake, or beheaded. Why? So they could never take back their forced confessions in a real court.
As for Elizabeth, the most powerful woman in Hungary was never allowed to defend herself. She was never formally brought to trial. Instead, without a judge or a jury, she was locked away inside a single windowless room in her own castle. She remained bricked up in that room for 4 years, until she died quietly in her sleep in 1614. Her wealth was divided up. The king's debt was cancelled. The political problem was solved. Did Elizabeth Bathory ever hurt a servant?
It's possible. The 16th century was a brutal time, and nobles often mistreated their peasants. But was she a blood-drinking serial killer who murdered 650 girls for a skincare routine? No. The evidence overwhelmingly points to a brilliant, powerful woman who was completely destroyed by greedy men who owed her money. History is written by the victors. In this case, the victors were the men who stole her wealth, and they made sure we would only remember her as a monster. But today, we hit CTRL+Z.
What do you think? Was she innocent, or is there some truth hidden in the bloody legends? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to keep pressing undo on historical lies with us, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and turn on the bell so you never miss the truth. Until next time, keep questioning the past.